because I should be sitting here with my breast sticking out proudly, but I'm not, because I'm not that kind of girl. Anyway, why am I recording this, you might be asking? Well, I was so bloody miserable. So it's the only way to describe it. On some of the little videos I did, the little cameos I did, yes, daily cameos, after I'd had the breast augmentation surgery. So I thought I'd better kind of top and tail it with a little bit of joy, bring some joy to the proceedings, because no one watch it otherwise. So anyway, here I am, joy bringer. So, so what you're about to watch is what I'd always wanted to do, was a series of videos which took you from getting ready for the surgery all the way through the surgery and then a little bit afterwards. So, sorry, I'm very conscious of how I'm sitting. I'm sorry, you're not going to get another glimpse, I promise you. You've seen enough. So I recorded them all, and last night I was editing them, and I was quite shocked. I was shocked by the fact that from the consult all the way through, pardon me, to the end of week 1, I got more emotional. Started off at this end of the continuum, full of joy, excitement and anticipation, and ended up at this end of the continuum, being very emotional about the whole experience. So you'll sense that as you watch the videos, but I wanted to prepare you for that. It's not all, woo, I've had breast augmentation. It's not like that at all. So the videos really cover 3 things. They cover the physical aspect of the surgery and what I've been given, or I say gifted, what I've been given, which is fabulous. But I think the main thing are these 2 aspects. The emotional journey, bearing in mind that this whole thing happened very, very quickly, where I went in for the consult, and next thing I knew, a few days down the line, in fact a week down the line, surgery was scheduled. And I thought at the time that, well, that was wonderful, but in hindsight now I look upon it and I'm thinking I could have probably done with another week to get my head around what was happening, but the excitement was too much and I went for it, and I don't regret it now, but it had its consequences. And the consequences were clearly that, and I talk about this in the video, so I won't repeat it, that I hadn't prepared myself as a mature, although that's questionable, as a mature transgender woman. What the magnitude of this surgery meant to me. And, you know, looking down upon what I hope to be 2 fabulous breasts, it wasn't like that to begin with. And I want to bring that out. And I bring it out in its full glory, you know, in part of the video. I'm very emotional about it, and I'm not cutting it out. I'm leaving that in, because I think sometimes when you look at some of these videos that are on YouTube, some of them are a little sugar coated, because it's not all about the experience, the physical experience. You've got to examine the emotional side of it. And as I say, I think for us older transgender people, and I say people because whether you're male to female or female to male, if you're doing that later on, top surgery, whatever you're having, it can be very challenging. So I don't underestimate it either way, but it wasn't something I understood. I rushed at it, and as I say, I'm not regretting it. It's done now, but you'll see in the videos that I struggled, and at the end of week 1 I wasn't in the best of places, I can tell you now. At the end of week 4 going into week 5, I'm in a fabulous place, and went out for a walk today and the girls were bouncing a little bit, so that was was kind of nice. Previously they'd be like, honestly, as stiff as boards. Not birds, boards. We're getting there. We're on the way. So they're softening up a little bit and moving a little bit, which is nice. So 2 things then that we've talked about: the physical aspect, we've talked about the emotional aspect, and the third thing is love. I'm a big believer in love. I think love gets you everywhere. No fear. There was no fear about what I was doing, and there was no doubt in my mind about what I was doing. And the thing that got me through was just the love that came through from my family in Belgium and all my friends in Canada, and the few I have up here in Scotland. Yes, particularly those who were contacting me almost daily in terms of how I was getting on, and for that, you know, you can't repay that sort of thing. It's here, it's in the heart, and it's just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. But I knew I was going into this in a difficult place. My family in the UK, my direct family, have disowned me, and I get that completely. I don't exist anymore as far as they are concerned, and as sad as that might sound, I understand it, and it's just one of those consequences. You make decisions, and quite often those decisions end up with a consequence, and for me, that's my consequence. But I have got all of that love. I feel that love coming over the ocean. I really do, and over the North Sea as well, from Belgium. And that's all I could ask for. You know, a girl couldn't want for more than that. And I have to say that it's seen me through. So you're going to see in the video, I think, a description of my journey as far as the physicality is concerned, my journey as far as emotions are concerned, and my journey in terms of supportive and communal love is concerned. And I think that's a beautiful combination. So with that, I'm going to leave you to watch it and hopefully find it instructive. I've cut all of the chat out, honestly, I have. I don't know about Penny chats way too much. So I hope you do enjoy it. Anyway, I'll leave you with it, and I'll appear at the back end after my miserable week 1 roundup, and I'll give you my idea of where I am now at the end of week 4, about to go into week 5, without 2 weeks to go, wearing these support bras, and then I'll be into Edinburgh getting fitted for gorgeous new bras, whatever size they are. Anyways, that's nice to look forward to, isn't it? Alright, okay, I'll leave you to it. God bless, see you at the other end. Bye. So here we are. It's the eve of my surgery, my augmentation surgery, and I'm anything but prepared for it. It's been quite a day today, but a gorgeous day because I've had people calling me, ringing me, chatting with me. It's been gorgeous. So just goes to show the strength of friendship. You know, dear friends who are as interested in what's happening tomorrow as I am. As you can see, I've still got my sporting kit on from my walk this morning. Of course, all of the Scottish gyms are in lockdown, so I couldn't get to the gym. So there's a hill just here at the back of the apartments I'm living in. So I was up and down there multiple times. They must have wondered who the mad woman was, you know, going backwards and forwards. But you know, I've just got this thing whenever I go into hospital. But I try to be as fit as I possibly can be. So we'll see how that goes. So what have I done today? Probably nothing. I had so much to do. Wanted to be in the bath early because tomorrow I've got a taxi coming at 10 o'clock in the morning, and I've got lots to do before then. I want to make sure I do my meditation and just go properly prepared mentally for it, feeling gorgeous and just calm. That's really important. And then just get a shower and get ready to go. So I get a taxi to the railway station at Livingston North, and then a train into Glasgow, and then a taxi to the clinic. So it's pretty easy going. And then a wonderful friend coming to pick me up and bring me back later in the afternoon, probably around about 5 o'clock-ish. So it's all planned out after quite a lot of toing and froing. Finally decided what I was going to be wearing, because I ask you to wear loose clothing. So I've been to the supermarket late this afternoon, and got enough, you know, nice vegetables, greens, lots of fish to eat next week. So again, it's light and it's very healthy. I make very protein-rich smoothies as well. So that's pretty much what my diet is going to be. Got my bed sorted out in terms of support. And after I was sharing with my cousin that I have no intention of going to sleep. I'm going to stand up in front of the mirror for many a night, just admiring the work of my surgeon. So it's all extremely exciting, isn't it? So we'll see. We'll see. I need a new wardrobe. That's probably what I'm excited about. New bras at the very least. So we'll just take it slowly. So I'll get to bed as early as I can. Typically wake around 4 a.m. Bit of nidri meditation, and then I go into breathing. Finally get out of bed around about 6 o'clock. Would normally then go for a walk or go to the gym, but I'm not going to do that tomorrow. I'll just take my time, get myself ready, get my bag packed. So I'll leave it there, and then tomorrow morning I'll kind of stand in front of you again, probably panicking like Billy, like, oh, I forgot to do this, I forgot to do that, I can't get that nail polish off. And that's pretty much it. So I'll say good night to you, and I'll see you in the morning. B-Day, isn't it? It's Breast Day tomorrow, B-Day. And what a fabulous day it is. November the 30th, 2020 for me and my B-Day. Anyway, until then, namaste. Bye-bye. Good morning. So this is it. This is the morning of my surgery. I had a great meditation this morning. I woke at 4 o'clock and did my Nidra meditation and then Kundalini chanting, and that was fabulous this morning. My voice was nice and clear and pure, which is always a lovely sign. And then I got into my silent meditation, and there was like an explosion going on in my head. So that was really, really nice. Really, really nice. So done a few chores around the house. Because I'm not going out for a walk. I don't want to risk anything bitten by a dog. That would be just my luck. I mean, the whole purpose of going out very early is just to be alone with the elements. But inevitably, I find myself bumping into somebody with a mad dog. So no walk this morning, and I've got to fast 6 hours before the operation, so I suppose I could have some breakfast, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it, just to drink water from here on in, and or as it says there, keep calm and drink wine. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that at this time in the morning. So I think that's it now. Just wind my way in. I'm just doing my daily journal, which I've got a bit of time to do, and having some nice hot water with lime in it, get my alkaline levels up. So I should be in good shape to arrive at 12:15. So it'll soon come. It'll soon come, and it'll soon pass. And I'll be whisked away by Ken and back here in my bed, which sounds ever so nice. That's me. I've taken my anti-androgens this morning. I've stopped progesterone. Yeah, no more progesterone. So, you know, my liver's getting a reprieve. So I don't have to do that. So I don't know if I can get the bit down below chopped off. I don't need to have the anti-androgens either. So as I say, it's all good. I think this is a fabulous place to be on my journey, and I'm really excited by it. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Do a little bit more before I leave this morning. I think. And then we'll be in the clinic at 12:15. COVID test, change, and into surgery. I think it'll be fairly quick. Anyway, I'll talk to you soon. Namaste. Bye. So it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm all ready to go. I've got an hour to wait for the taxi. Everything is frontal zippers, sports bra, top, and easy to get on jacket, although I'm looking out at the weather today and it's just, it's my favourite Scottish word, dreek. Absolutely, yeah. Rain and whatnot. Never mind, it's going to get out a little later on, so I'll have to put a coat on for standing in the railway station, but such is life. Listen, I'm having a wonderful experience today, so a bit of God's wet sunshine never really goes amiss, does it? So yes, I think I'm done. Got showered this morning. No gels or what have you. Just I won't say hot water, coldish water. It's good for you. So we did that. Not had anything to eat. On the 6-hour mark, I had what I normally start my morning with, and that is hot water and freshly squeezed lime into that, just to get your alkaline levels up. So I did that, and that was it. So that's going to be it until I get to surgery. But you know, I don't feel hungry at all. I'm not sure there's anything else to say. I do have one dilemma. I can't get the gel off the nails. I sat last night with them soaking in acetone, and there you go. There's the evidence. As I got up this morning, it's all evaporated. So I'll have to ring the clinic and just see what we're going to do with that. I'll give them a ring and hopefully they'll be compassionate with me, and we'll find a way around it. There's always a way around these things. That's it. Okay, catch you later. Bye. So here we are in the Livingston North railway station. Taxi driver's fabulous. Asked me if I was doing anything interesting today, and I said no. Didn't think it was appropriate to disclose what I was up to. So just waiting for the train to Glasgow to arrive. So gosh, it's cold and wet and bleak here this morning. So hopefully it'll be along shortly. So and then it's off. Oh my gosh, so there we are. What do we look like? We look like Hannibal Lecter. So I'm all ready to go. Vivek's just drawn all over my breasts, so that's interesting. A lot of photography work. So I think we're getting close to going into the theatre. It's an hour's operation, and we'll see you at the other side. I think that's probably it. Bye.
If you're really thirsty, water is the best thing. Oh, speaking of which.
Got your water there.
So here we are, not long after surgery, so I'm feeling fabulous. A little bit of pressure on my left breast, but other than that, let me see if I can open that up a bit. There we go. Other than that, it went fabulous. Such a deep sleep, and you come around, and all of a sudden, you know, I can't show you, but they look magnificent. So I had a lovely chocolate bar. There's the wrapping and drinking water. So in recovery mode, and I'm absolutely, what should I say? I guess I'm feeling under the anaesthetic. But I won't be long before it all wears off, and my support bar on, which I'm going to wear for 6 weeks. Got a second one, so I've got a black one and a nude one. So it all went tremendously well. Vivek's been in and said they look fabulous, so I'm going to take his word for it. I'm going to come around a little bit more, take another peek. So that's it. I'll catch up with you later. Bye. Hello everyone. So my goodness, 16 hours since surgery, and beginning to settle down. Got back around about, I would say 6 o'clock. I didn't look, I must admit. I was that kind of under the weather with pressure in the chest was quite sore, and I didn't want to, never have been one for taking painkillers, but I thought, time will improve things, and it didn't. So I did, in the middle of the night, have to revert to taking cocodamol and tramadol, and slowly but surely we're at 9 o'clock this morning, and things are settling down, I think. So I'm feeling comfortable. It's kind of an interesting sensation in the breast area. Gosh, they're like fiery furnaces, the pair of them, gurgling as the whole area starts to settle down. But when you move around, as I say, you do get this gurgling sensation going on, which is kind of strange. So what else is there to tell you? Do you know what I have realised? You've got to just try and keep the pressure off your breasts if you possibly can, and moving around certainly doesn't help with that. So if you can do squats and build up your squat capability, I think that's very helpful, because you can just take it in your thighs and not be loading up your arms and your chest. So that's come in handy. I would say I've gone from having quite a lot of discomfort when I got back at 6 o'clock to things kind of being settled now. I think it's going to be a day or two before you get really comfortable, but I can move my arms fairly easily, and as I say, I can kind of get around the apartment reasonably well. So I will get up shortly and start and try and turn back to normality as quickly as I can. What has been a godsend is my neck pillow, my loved Canadian neck pillow, loved Canada neck pillow. You can see I'm propped up and lying on pillows, but because of that, just having this pillow makes getting to sleep just so much easier. So I suppose you've all been waiting for a glimpse, and that's all you're going to get with my modesty at the moment. I've not had well, I did have a look after surgery, but I was not feeling that good, so it didn't really dawn. But when I get in the shower today, I'll get a better view of what's what, but I'm told they're looking really lovely, so can't wait to see that myself. But as I say, they're like fiery furnaces. My tummy's cold, but my breasts are like things on fire. Anyway, so the plan for the next few days is I've got to keep wearing these support bras for 6 weeks. Got to stay out of the car for a little while, which is okay. I've got pretty much everything in. And I'll just try and come off the painkillers as quickly as I can and return to normality, whatever that is. So just getting used to having them, I guess. I shouldn't take them for. I haven't jumped on the scales either, just to see how much weight I've put on with my new appendages. So that'll be interesting to see as well. So as I said earlier, I've got all my food in. I've had a lovely nutritious smoothie this morning for breakfast. Just something light, just keep me going, and lots of eggs and getting the protein in, and those sorts of things are pretty important. Lots of water. So anyway, I do enjoy it, so that's not too bad. I've had lots of messages, and I can only extend my love from my heart to all of yours for all of the fabulous messages. You know, it makes such a difference to know that people are just giving you a moment's thought, and it just fills you with joy, and so I'll somehow get to thank everyone that did that. That was gorgeous. I think just reflecting back on the surgery itself, honestly, I was so calm. I took a couple of books in to read. I think the train journey was very helpful into Glasgow. You know, you could sit there and you could read, or you could listen to whatever you wanted to, and just chill out. And by the time I got there, as I say, they asked me, you know, how was I feeling? I said, I just feel completely calm and ready to go for it. Like it kind of flowed nicely from there. Vivek came out and we had a lovely chat. I've got to be careful I don't repeat what I said earlier, but such a, you know, sociable place, super place. I think it was Siobhan on the desk, might be mistaken, but it was Siobhan on the telephone, might be wrong, but anyway, lovely welcome, lovely greeting, and just sat down and made myself comfortable. And as I say, he came out and was lovely with me, absolutely lovely, but not in a patronising way, but in a really nice sociable way. And then after that, it was just a case of going and getting ready. I was so disappointed. So they got lovely deep pink dressing gowns, which are really cozy, and that makes up for the terrible surgical gowns. You know, I've never had a liking for those. And you saw me with my lovely hairnet on, which was absolutely gorgeous. I looked a picture. But they didn't give you surgical knickers. Because I honestly, I normally laugh for about half an hour with those things. They're the most undignified garment you'll ever put on in your life. Surgical knickers. Of course, with my hip operation, I've had those a few times. And I think that's just so they can cut them off. And the funny thing was, and this was bizarre, honestly, it makes you laugh. Not that I go there for a giggle, but the nurse said to me, so she said, remember to put your gown on back to front, so all of the ties are at the back. I said, are you sure? I said, where are you doing these implants? I said, surely you want to open it from the front. She just stared at me, I said, no, I do understand. She said, we just pull it down. But I did have, well, why do you not just put the ties at the front, and hey presto, it's all very easy. From getting changed, oh yes, and Vivek came in and drew all over my chest as he promised to do, which was really nice. Took loads of measurements, and so that was it, and went straight into the theatre. I was out, and then before I knew it, I was in recovery. In recovery, I would say about an hour and a half, and then Ken was here to pick me up. So it really flowed beautifully. So I woke this morning, and there's just piles, trail of clothing from the kitchen all the way into the bedroom. Made the bed up nicely, so I could just slip into it. I have to be honest, I just hadn't got the, I just wanted to lie down, so pretty much went to bed with all my clothes on. I couldn't get changed, I just couldn't get changed, but they were all comfy clothes, so that was good. There was nobody in the apartment with me, so I couldn't feel embarrassed about doing that. But as I said, I got up this morning and tidied the place a bit, and it looks a bit more respectable now, so I feel good about that. I think you've just got to keep going with your routine. So as I say, as the minutes and hours go by, the pressure in the chest is reducing. So that's it now for a week. I've got an appointment in a week's time to go and get dressings looked at, just general healing of the incision. No baths for a week, which is going to be kind of interesting, because I'm a bath girl. We'll be showering, which kind of makes sense, just everything drains off you, and no chance of infection there, so yeah, I think I'm good. Anyway, with that, I think I'll leave it here and talk again after a week, and then we'll try and turn this load of drivel into a video. Alright, so bye bye, namaste. Hi, so we are middle of day 2. Interesting day actually. Not feeling that brilliant, to be quite honest with you. Woke up this morning and a lot of the pressure had gone from the breast areas, and it was feeling a lot more comfortable, so that was good news. Had a good night's rest last night, so all in all, yeah, feeling quite good. I haven't taken any meds today. Didn't think it was necessary, but I've just been easing my way into the day, getting a few things done that I didn't get done yesterday, and just finding myself a little bit low. So I may take something I can feel, you know, coming out of the shower, just moving around is causing a little bit of soreness. We'll see how that goes. I think to just simply hold off for the sake of holding off is a pointless thing to do. So they're sitting here. So I may as well, you know, use them, but use them frugally. And that's what I'll do. The breasts themselves are honestly, they're like hard silicone rubber. They are just very, very solid at the moment, but I think that's all of the swelling that the muscles going through, and one thing and another. So you can't judge anything at this particular stage, other than I suppose it helps align the nipples and make sure that they are aligned, and they are as they sit currently. God goodness knows where they're going to end up. Watched quite a few videos this morning of girls who have had the operation, and you know, they talk about months, and I can see that it is going to be months before things finally settle down, and that's to be expected. I think anything faster than that would be a silly expectation. So but they look good. I mean, there's no signs of bruising, you know. Traditionally, I certainly know with my my hips, I've you know, had a lot of discoloring in the buttock area, but no obvious discoloring here, so that's good. Clearly Vivek and the team are very gentle with them. So I think that's the main thing. Not feeling hungry at all today. My appetite has kind of left me a little bit. I had just some fruit for breakfast, and then had a smoothie for lunch. Lots of roughage in it, lots of fruit in it, Greek yogurt, chai seeds, those sorts of things. So it filled me up. I didn't have that much of it. So yeah, appetite, suppression of appetite is very noticeable today. But as I say, just general mood and general temperament is kind of lowish compared to where I normally am. But we'll get through that. We'll get through that, and we'll see where we are tomorrow. I also got a call in from Ilanik, from one of the nurses there, just making sure that I was okay and just generally doing well with pain management and things of that nature. So that was really nice. That's just nice to get those calls and just bounce a few things off them. No, I think overall, if there's any discomfort, it's probably around the incisions beneath the breast. That's where mine are. Again, just watching those videos today, you see girls with incisions in the armpit, high up in the armpit here. But I think the most common ones are beneath the breasts themselves, so they're stingy a little bit. Stinging of the nipple, particularly the right nipple, has gone away for me, and I'm pleased about that, because that was just pretty much yesterday. I wasn't expecting that. So yeah, it's I don't know if the meds took care of it or not. Started on laxative medicine today, just to keep myself moving. So I think that's it for today. Not a great deal to report. So I think the big things are just generally low on energy, no appetite today, no real appetite. I'll probably have another couple of espressos, see if I could just get something going. Other than that, keep drinking water, which I'm taking lots of. Yeah, that's it. So, all right, God bless. Hello everyone, it's day three, surgery, B-day +3. So I said I wouldn't end on B-day +2 because I was in such a bloody miserable mood, and I really was. I apologise for that. It was a strange thing. I did feel low yesterday. I'm a bit better today, I think, but it's been interesting. I had lots of lovely messages from people and just sharing perspective and views. Today's kind of been a turning point for me. And again, I often wonder about the magnitude of life-changing events for the older transgender person. Not that I'm asking for any sympathy, just I think sometimes these things affect us differently. So I woke up feeling very tired again this morning, because I can't get into the right position. Lotus position just kills me first thing in the morning at the present time, so I don't bother. I kind of just lie there and semi-meditate. It's my lazy way of doing it. But I was very, very tired again, and very tight across the chest area. So mind you, this picture doesn't help you see, does it? We'll see if we can figure that out in a minute. So I got up, and I said yesterday I'd deliberately been trying to stay off meds if I can, but I think at some point you have to simply say enough's enough. So I decided I'd start the day by taking my painkillers. So I did, and my laxative. Yes, take my laxative as well. That's preoccupying me more than anything. And I must admit the day got a lot better as we went on. The main thing I wanted to reflect upon was day 3 for me is a turning point, because I got in the shower today, and yesterday I showered and I honestly didn't pay much attention to my breasts. I didn't. I washed them, and that was it. Kind of I don't know what it was. kind of freaked me out a little bit, that I didn't want to pay attention to them. But today I did, and it was lovely to look down and to see them there. Although they're still like a couple of volcanoes waiting to erupt, very hot, very, very hot, and like hot rubber, they really are. There's nothing soft about them at the moment, but it was just nice to look down and to appreciate them. So I know things are turning, but going back to not wanting to look at them yesterday, I'd just like to reflect upon an experience I had when I finally transitioned. It was Tuesday, I remember it vividly, Tuesday the 26th of August 2018, where I was in such a stoosh, as they say in Scotland, a stoosh. I wasn't coping. I wasn't coping. And my gorgeous manager at that time, and my guardian angel, Audra, just simply said, they stayed with me from 9 o'clock in the morning till 12 o'clock. And we went through about 2 boxes of tissues between the 3 of us, until eventually they said, go home. Just go home. I just wasn't coping at all. But here's the thing. So I got packed up, cleaned my office up, and went back to my apartment in Halifax. And I got there around about 1 o'clock, 1:30, and something suddenly dawned upon me after all of these years that I hadn't realized before. And that is the magnitude of some of the things we go through as we travel on our journey. And for me that day, it was at 2 o'clock, August the 26th, 2018, when I took off my business suit for the very last time. Now, I've been wearing business suits since I graduated out of Newcastle, every day putting on a business suit and pretending to be someone I wasn't. And then this particular day, I got home and I took it off for the first time. And all of these things you think about, that was not one of them. And in Joseph Campbell's Hero's Journey, and I really would encourage all my transgender friends to look this up. Joseph Campbell, he was a mythologist and a psychologist. Some wonderful YouTube videos on the hero's journey. But in a true journey, there's a death. There is always a death. There's coming to terms with a dragon, as he calls it, because it is mythology. But there is a death. And that was it for me, that I didn't ever realize that I was bringing an end to who I previously was. And when I hung up that suit, symbolically, that was it. That was absolutely it, because I've never worn an article of male clothing from that day onwards, never. Although I was thinking feminine way before then, that day, that moment in time, it was the death of who I previously was. And not only for myself, but also for friends and family who know you, who again don't quite understand the magnitude of that moment. So today I was just trying to think, why was I so ungenerous, if you like, towards myself yesterday, and why was it kind of sorry about that, but it kind of just expresses the magnitude that these things have. And I think sometimes, you know, the further you go down the track and delay transitioning, it is harder. It is harder. It is neurologically, I can tell you that for sure, because your subconscious, your cerebellum, have all of your life's programmed habits in it. And when you start to unpick those and you start to rewire and refire according to your feminine mapping, it's quite an event, and it's not clean. It's not as if you can go through your cerebellum and unpick every single neurological pathway, every synaptic connection. You can't do that, and a lot of them still remain. And when you have these moments, you suddenly realize that, you know, there's a lot of these things that are still there. And I think when I looked down yesterday, I suddenly realized the magnitude of what breast augmentation meant for me. And you know, when you've waited so long to have it, it's almost like going through a curve of change where you're almost in a state of denial that it happened, denial that it occurred, because, as I say, it's been so long in coming. But today, the gorgeous thing about it was you know, I keep talking about authenticity, and authenticity is on the inside. What people say, what people do, what people think of me, what this body looks like, what it represents, isn't my authenticity. My authenticity is my soul and what my soul stands for. And I govern that, I determine that. But having said that clearly, you know, I do want my body to look right. I want it to look right, and I want it to look good. So having got to that point where you've done it, it's not an irreversible process, but it's one that I would never, in my mind at the moment, ever consider reversing. It's what I've dreamt of, and it's just another step in what I would say my whole authenticity. If it never happened, would it have bothered me? Yeah, it would have bothered me, but I've got enough love for myself and who I am to basically say that it wouldn't be the end of the world. It really wouldn't be the end of the world. And emotionally and psychologically, I would make my way as I was. But I thought it interesting to reflect that with so got in the shower today, and I was able to look down and to enjoy, if you like, those two gorgeous things looking back up at me. So I've kind of got through that, and as I say, I may be a little bit offbeat, but I don't think so. The emotions I was feeling yesterday were very similar to that moment where I took my suit off for the very last time and hung it up. So it's just coming through that curve, if you like, of change. But I'm there now, and I look down and things are looking fabulous. I'll stand up and show you. Well, you can't see. Yes, you can. You can see. They're gorgeous, and I am so happy. Believe it or not, this has probably been more tearful than I ever imagined, and I'm sorry for that. But we are where. All right. So until the checkup, in which point I will wrap all of this up and try to create something watchable from it. So until then, namaste. Hi, so it's 1 week now since I had my breast augmentation surgery, and it's just absolutely incredible how time flies by. So I was back at Atlantic today in Glasgow with the fabulous people there, and they removed the dressings that had been protecting the incisions in the fold, and you know, examined them and saw that everything is looking really good. So absolutely thrilled about that, and took lots of pictures of my boobs in terms of their development, but they are coming along nicely. I mean, it's only a week after the surgery, so can't be overly ambitious. And then redressed them and sent me on my way. So it was quite a quick experience, but what it did give me was a chance to chat about where I am in the longer development of them. So if you look at them as, you know, physical entities on my chest, I can definitely feel the temperature going down. I mean, previously, if I'd touched this, they were absolutely roasting. But they're also much softer up here than they were before. I mean, they were honestly rock hard, but underneath, still very very solid. When they removed the dressings and replaced the dressings, I couldn't feel a great deal. So my little body's still going, ooh, don't like that, but the top's beginning to feel good, which is really nice. So they're coming along well. The incisions look okay. There's a week, and you know, I'm fairly used to feeling the skin beginning to bind, you know, through all of the surgery I've had, which I won't go into, it's just way too much, but you can feel it knitting together. So I know it's working down there, so that's good to know. I think the key thing is, you know, what we talked about was the 6-week schedule. So I've got to stick to that, and I will stick to that. And that means just staying out of the gym, which I am missing so much. But you know, when you've waited all of these years, let's say, oh gosh, I don't know, 50 years. Let's just say 50 years. Why would I jump back in the gym? I'm not going to. So I'll just bide my time. Begin to walk a lot more, but it's still very sore to walk. And then as far as putting cream on the affected incision areas, week 3, something like that, is when I can begin to do that. So really it's just a question of patience and abiding my time. So that really is where I'm at with respect to the actual surgery and the procedure, and where that all is. So I've just come away from writing my journal. I write a journal every day, and I express my gratitude and to the team at Atlantic to be cared for in that way. So that's my 1 week update. From my heart to your heart, namaste. Bye-bye. So did you enjoy that? Did you enjoy that? I was shocked, honestly, I was shocked when I edited it all, just to watch my emotional curve go down, 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 down. never thought that. And honestly, at the point I was seeing the folks at Ilanic, you know, I just thought, gosh, this is going to be incredible, but it wasn't the case. So I hope you got the sense that emotions can be overlooked and can be forgotten about, pushed to one side as you think about the joy of what's physically going to happen to you. So here I am, 4 weeks behind me, 2 weeks to go, and 2 more weeks of support bras, 2 more weeks of just taking it steady before I head to the gym, and that's fine. So tomorrow I'm going to get back into my regime of getting out for an early morning walk, vigorous walk up the hill, and try and feel my way back into that. I'm feeling fabulous. I was out this afternoon walking, and that feeling of stiffness has gone. My girls are quite soft, top and bottom. There's a little bit of heat, but not a lot of heat. I couldn't roast chestnuts upon them, as I had thought to tell you previously. I didn't think that was appropriate. Anyway, so yes, I think I came through week 1 and I got into week 2, and things started to pick up where I was able to look down, I was able to touch them as stiff as they were, and enjoy them. So after 4 weeks, that enjoyment is becoming more and more. I am mentally tuned to keeping this this hideous support bra on for another 2 weeks, and then you'll see a different me in these videos, less covered up. So I think that's it. Enjoy it. I'd love to hear from you, so if you've got a comment, doesn't matter who you are, your comments are going to be gorgeously received. Love to hear from you, hear what you think of the video, but think of the experience, how it was handled. You know, I'm fairly open-minded, right? I'm open-minded about whether I did it right, whether I did it wrong. It's done now, right? It's done now. If anyone's got any comments, it's really for people who are watching this with the procedure to come. So that's me for 2020. Exit the year a little larger, which is nice, and now focused on 2021 and the ultimate operation, gender reassignment surgery. So I'd like to get that pretty much planned out and sorted out in my mind, so that I can mentally prepare for it, which as I say, you know, twice now I've kind of been caught out with inadequate mental preparation. I don't want to get this third one undercooked. I want it to be perfect. So there you are. I will love you and leave you and wish you a fabulous 2021. So from my heart to your heart, namaste.